What's up, everybody? Master Reactor here, and I have a replay, obviously, of who I just played, and this guy was not toxic. So I will not be talking shit like I was just talking shit to the other guy who completely deserved it. I'm in third place right now. Not doing too spiffy, but it's okay though. Still doing pretty okay, so it is what it is. Let's go to the dual records here. I have won 2 in a row now. I'm going to do a replay against this guy who was pretty cool. Didn't really start no shit. I throw paper, he throws rock. His name is MarioMarioni, or whatever, I don't know. So, I open Thunder Dragon, Solemn, Wing Blast, Sinister, Sangan, and Spy. I discard the Thunder Dragon and grab 2 more. He's got Regeki Break, Apprentice Magician, Chaos Sork, Knock, and Heavy. So I decide to set Solemn, set Wing Blast, and set Spy and pass. He draws in the Thunder Dragon. He fires the Heavy right away, and I value my Wing Blast with the Sinister, so I decide to Solemn it. He knocks my Spies. Okay, he's playing 2, I'm running 3. He discards his Thunder Dragon and grabs 2 more, and then he sets a Apprentice Magician and a Regeki Break. I decide to end phase Wing Blast, put it back on top. I draw into MST here. I grab my Sinister back, and I decide to just run Sangan out and swing Bada for 1,000, and I set MST and pass. He end phase discards Thunder Dragon and pops my back row. So I'm glad I didn't blind MST there because I get an extra card. I make a waste of Thunder Dragon there, which is great. And he draws into the Apprentice Magician. And he sets it and passes. I draw into a Jar of Greed. I decide to set the Jar of Greed and just swing Bada, and it's an Apprentice Magician. And he gets a Faith. Okay. And I just pass. He draws into Breaker. Okay, so he's got all kinds of goodies here. He is going to flip his Faith and grab a knockback versus the Heavy because he has Breaker that he top decked. He Breaker breaks, and I chain the Jar of Greed. And instead of him banishing, because he did put it in defense, he decides to just go for damage here, which is okay, which is fine with me. I get my Sangan search, get my search on. I grab Tsukiyomi, and he hits me, and I'm at 800. But I top deck Chaos Sork, so alright, I was looking really bad this game, like everything was fucked. But the Chaos Sork turned everything around, because now I get to banish his Chaos Sork. Then I run the Tsukiyomi out, put Breaker down. He thinks I'm going to attack Breaker, but no, I'm not giving him the Dark that easy. He's going to have to fight for it. And I run into his Fate and set Solemn and pass. He draws into Snatch Steel, which is a pretty good draw if I didn't have God himself to negate that shit. 1 Chaos Sork off the top fucking turns the whole game around. So I know he has Knock, and I know he has Thunder Dragon in hand. So I instantly flip it down and swing Bada. And I hit him for 23 again. And I set my Wing Blast and pass. He draws into Solemn Judgment. He sets Solemn and passes. I decide to end phase Wing Blast to put the Solemn back on top. I draw into a Faith here. And I know he has Knock, so I go for the same exact shit here. Swing Bada for 23 and 11. He draws into the same Solemn, and he sets it. This is why, this is another example why Wing Blast is better than Regeki Break, because that just set his ass back completely, and he was just dead. So that was the game 1. GG. Wing Blast to put the shit back was clutch as shit. So we're on to game 2 now. Quick game. He about had my ass. He went for all the damage he could go for. So he's got Duo, Zaborg, Night Assailant, Breaker, Sinister, and Night Assailant. So he fires a Duo on me and gets rid of my Wing Blast, and I decide to throw out Deco. He summons Breaker and passes. I draw into Kaiku. I discard the Thunder Dragon and grab myself 2 more. And decide to set the Spy and pass. He draws into a Solemn. He goes right into battle phase and swings instead of dropping the Zaborg. He's waiting to use his counter. I grab my other Spy and pass. And he passes, I mean. I draw into ring. Probably should have heavy stormed here and then ringed. So I got majorly punished by doing this. Should have just said fuck it and heavied, but everyone's playing Jar of Greed and shit, so I felt like this was the better play. But it turns out it was not, because I have the ring, and he solemns my ring right away, which is really unfortunate for me. Because it would have been a totally different game, maybe, if I would have just heavied. So then he breakers the, the heavy, sacks this for Zaborg, and swings, and sets a dust shoot and passes. And he dust shoots me, so this shit is a wrap. I have nothing I can really do in this game. Shit's over with. He draws into a Regeki break, so it's even more looking like I am fucked. He sets Regeki break and Night Assailant and passes. I draw into a Jar of Greed. I decide to run the Kaiku out here, and he kills it. He in-phase Regeki breaks me. I say okay. He gets Sinister. I have to say okay. He upstarts, and he hits me for 24 again. And sets Spy and passes. I draw into Pot of Greed. I think I might have a chance. But I don't, because I draw into Book of Moon and Solemn. So then he draws into a Solemn. And he swings for 24, and I have to book this. And he sets a Solemn and sets a Night Assailant and passes. And he flips Night Assailant. I have to Solemn it, and he Solemns my Solemn. And that is the game. So we're on to game 3, people. Game 3. I get to go first. Alright, game 3. I open Wing Blast, Solemn Judgment, Thunder Dragon, Spy, MST, and Tribe. He's got fucking everything, damn near. He's got Duo, Graceful, Jar, Night Assailant, Spy, everything. So I don't have much here. I'm going to set Wing Blast, set Heavy, set MST, and set Spy and pass. He draws into Solemn Judgment here. So he's going to fire the Duo. And thank God he didn't get the Tribe, because that's going to come in clutch later. And he Gracefuls, and I decide to not Solemn Judgment here. Figure there's really no reason to. I don't think he has good fodder, but he does. He has a Night Assailant, so maybe I should have. So he discards it and gets his Spy. And he decides to set Jar of Greed, set Solemn Judgment, set Mirror Force, and set Spy and pass. I decide to end phase and hit the Jar of Greed. I draw into Upstart. I Upstart into Pot of Greed, which is great. Okay, I fire the Pot of Greed, and he has a Solemn Judgment for this, and I Solemn Judgment right back. So now we're both at 4K. He did the damage wrong here. He's at 4K, I'm at 4K. I draw into BLS and Chaos Orc. So this is actually pretty clutch here, not gonna lie. Because he's at 4K exactly. So I instantly Wing Blast, discard the Dark. That was like a perfect Pot of Greed, I swear to God. I banished the Dark, banished the Light, banished the Monster, flipped the Spy. I did not think I was gonna kill him turn 2. And I kill him exactly for 4K. That's how you fucking do it. Let's go. Perfect Pot of Greed into the Chaos Orc. I needed the Dark. Banish both of them. Drop the BLS. Flip the Spy. Get the Spy. Summon Tribe. G fucking G. He should have set the Regeki break. It would have probably been different. But he didn't want to. Don't know why. So glad he didn't. But that is just the way it goes, people. Y'all hit the like. Hit the sub. Have a good day or night. Be like this guy when you play. He didn't say no shit talking at all. I didn't shit talk. I don't usually shit talk unless the person shit talks to me. So if you're going to throw fire at me, I'm going to throw fire right back at you. It's that simple. Don't be a douchebag. Peace out. Bye.